Do you want to make films, or do you like the idea of you making films? And that took me a long time to answer, because I was like, fuck.
Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be discussing with my good friend Henry a short film that he wrote, directed, and I DP'd. Now, this is one of the first short films we've ever shot, so we're going to be discussing and breaking some things down from the film. We tried to give this project our all, but at the time we were very inexperienced, and those are going to be some of the things that we're discussing. I don't think I've ever told you this, but this scene taught me a huge lesson with lighting. Because she opened up the window like that, and we had that exposure change. So we went from looking at the window, and then we went looking the same way as the window. So the light was coming the same side as the camera. It looked terrible, and I was like, I didn't have the proper skills to understand why.
We spent like half a week or something like that. Lily, our production designer, Gavi, and a couple other people that was helping us, painting the whole place, I built these wood things that go on doors. And of course today you will do it differently and it will be 10 times more exciting, but at that time, for all of us at our skill level and whatever, when we turn off the house lights and we turn on the camera, I remember that we were like, this is really crazy, because I was like the whole week before I was doing the decoration of the space without looking in anything in camera, right? So I was trying to imagine this is gonna look like this, and when I saw it in camera, I remember being so happy.
We just like felt that energy with each other, and we were like, fuck, like this is good, this is dope, like for what we know and our skill level, and like pretty much first short film, like this is pretty good, and we were happy. So
if the dolly was set up in the hallway, we had to do all the shots in the hallway. It doesn't matter if it is for minute 1 or minute 11, So that's something that made me really, really happy, because it is seamless.
Like looking back now, I think this taught us a huge thing about like scheduling. For example, we had the huge dolly going down the hallway. Get everything on the dolly that needs to be on the dolly, so you can put it away and then move on to, the tighter shots. And I think that's just so important for scheduling.
Matt, one sec. Every time that scene comes up, I like hold my breath, because I have the feeling that people will notice this is one shot here until that moment that merge into this other one. So if you look at the glass, that's the moment when I'm cutting, right? And I'm always like, fuck, people will notice. People. I remember a moment shooting that scene that I had to leave the hallway and I went outside. I was feeling so, I don't know if it was excitement or whatever, but I was feeling so overwhelmed that I needed like 5 minutes just to calm down, And I remember I took those 5 minutes, I came back, and yeah, I was extremely happy. Everything was moving smoothly, or at least that's how I remember it. All the mistakes that those scenes have are lack of experience in terms of technical. To me, shooting that day was such a happy day for me. I remember feeling that those 2 days were like, this is what filmmaking is. It was festival season, so we just put it maybe through like 20 different festivals. It didn't got in any festival. I don't know if it is because it's so bad that the festivals were like not even in this festival. I personally was already so depressed about it that I just left it. I undergo like this process that took me more than 2 years of, feeling like filmmaking is not what I want to do. All of it because of this film. I felt this film as such a failure, even though that you did the most you could with what you had. So to me, when I finished the film, I was watching it as I watch other things, and I think we all do the same. We judge other creations really hard And we do the same with us. Sometimes I'm watching things and I'm like, why they did this, and it's weird. And then I look at my stuff, it's like, why am I even criticizing this other thing if I'm not even able to achieve this? I was feeling super bad, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do this anymore. This is a waste of money and time and energy, and I don't want to do this anymore. Be like, okay, you know what, no. Like, it's like that need, you know. If you find yourself saying, I don't want to make more films, but every 2 months you're writing a new script, why I keep lying to myself? You know, my wife will say something to me that blow my mind when she mentioned the first time. It's like, do you want to make films, or do you like the idea of you making films? And that took me a long time to answer, because I was like, fuck, do I just want to be like, yeah, I make these cool films, you know, and this is what I do, it feels cool to do that, or is a necessity? I think it was you that told me after we finished The Nobodies that you were like, I will love to grow together, you know, as creative people. And that really, because again, I was mad with you, right? I was mad with Gabby, I was like mad with everybody and myself. I always remember this, like, no, that's the, like, I want to, you know, I want to keep making these films because I believe that the bond that we're gonna build together is gonna translate.
100%. It was in the pre-production. I told you, I was like, let's not just like make a short film together. Let's like grow as filmmakers together, and relationships in this industry without the people that you know, you're not gonna get anywhere. Do you think this project was too ambitious?
Yes, it was a really abstract idea, and I think that's what makes it really complicated to write, and that's why it looked bad. If you scale it down to what your abilities are, it will look good. But if you make it big, and even though you don't have the skills to achieve that, that's when it looks amateur and it looks like a student film.
Thank you so much for having this conversation, and
I feel important now.
Yeah, my 200 subscribers.
Dude, that's more people than the people that watch The Nobodies.